Yo, welcome back to another video. We are in the Open Grey League, and let's run a ABB team that is anti-fighters in the back. We got the Empoleon here in the front. They switch out into the Goodra. Goodra here is running the Dragon Breath Fast move, so we're going to stay in for a little bit. We're going to throw this Drill Peck. Okay, they tank it, so opportunity for us to just stay in and take this out straight up with a one shield farm down opportunity. That's exactly what happened. So we know whatever they switch into here, we'll be locked in for a little bit, and we do have the advantage. So they're going to switch into their Vigoroth. We're going to switch out into the Charjabug. This Charjabug here is basically just chipping away at this Vigoroth. They are able to resist this, and they actually throw the Thunder, so they also were not looking forward to the Charjabug, but we do finally get the Gligar to come out, and we are going to just be throwing a bunch of X Scissors at this point. This Gligar is going to be able to beat this Charjabug, especially up a shield, so we want this Charjabug out of here. They do go for the Aerial Ace to take it out. We happen to have a move on our Empoleon, so this is certainly going to get a shield. Makes sense. And do we shield at this point, or do we let it go? We decided to let it go, and now we just gotta hope that this Gallade can get to multiple moves. This is an obvious shield here. Will we be able to get to 2 Leaf Blades before? Okay, they actually switch out. But this is a favorable situation for them because they know that if we debuff ourselves, the Gligar is just going to be able to farm us down. So they're in full control right here. We went for the bait. Unfortunately, they did not shield, and that is GG's right there. Unfortunately, the Vigoroth with the Gligar was kind of a very problematic combo. Next game, let's see. We got the Galvantula versus our Empoleon, so we're going to switch out immediately into our Charjabug. They do have the advantage, so we're just going to let this go. Ends up being the lunge. Lunge debuffs us, gets some good damage. We're going to throw this X Scissor here before they get to their next move. Even debuffed, it does a good amount of damage to the Galvantula. Here we're going to invest the shield just so we can force them to make a decision as well. They do decide to double shield, or they do decide to shield as well. And now we know that they are going to throw this right when we have the move. So we're just going to allow this to go through. We do get this Galvantula into the low red, which is better than nothing. And we're going to go into our Empoleon here for the farm down. We do get the farm down. And our opponent here does switch out into the Primeape. Primeape is going to have a hard time taking out this Gallade. So they're going to switch out into their Walrein here. Walrein tries to use a move, but we are able to farm it down. Our opponent here does throw a move. It ends up being the Night Slash. It would have done a good amount of damage because this is a Shadow Gallade. Trying our best to get to another Leaf Blade here, and unfortunately we lag a little bit and we do not get the move off, so we're gonna have to rely on our Empoleon. Empoleon here does get to a Drill Peck. This Drill Peck will definitely take out this Primeape, so GG's to our opponent right there, able to win that backline with the Empoleon and Shadow Gallade wrecking havoc. They actually were pretty weak to that Shadow Gallade in the back, right, with the Walrein and the Primeape. All right, another electric type in the lead. We're going to have to switch out eventually. They reveal that they have the Vigoroth. Vigoroth here is going to be able to potentially spam their way through this matchup. So we're just going to go for this X Scissor. Huge X Scissor goes through, gets it into the yellow. We know that we can tank a move, so it ends up being the Body Slam, which is fine. Now we're going to go for this X Scissor. This is certainly going to get a shield or big damage. The opponent does decide to shield, so that is already job well done by the Charjabug. If we get lucky, maybe we survive a Body Slam here. Okay, we're actually going to invest a shield, and we're just going to farm down. The plan here is to use all this energy that we gained from the Vigoroth and throw it right back at this Lantern. This Lantern here needs to be pretty low. It ends up being into the yellow after a couple of X Scissors. Now we're going to force them to use some energy. It ends up being the Serve, and we have a decision to make. What do we think is in the bag? Do we go in with the Empoleon, or do we go in with the Gallade? We're going to go in with the Gallade here. Having to make this decision, are we going to shield or are we going to let it go? Ends up being the Serve. We survive it, and we're going to try to build up to 2 Leaf Blades before we throw this move. 1 Leaf Blade goes through, they do let it go, and our opponent ends up having the Gallade themselves in the back. So this Gallade here is not a Shadow, but potentially going to be able to span their way through all these moves. So it looks like they're just going for these Leaf Blades. We're going to shield this next one. And now we're just going to throw this drill peck here. This drill peck will get a shield. Now, do we get to this next drill peck? Yes, we do. Luckily for us, we are able to get to 2 drill pecks before they could get to the next move, and that is GG's. Once again, Empoleon closing out the end game and coming in clutch with the drill pecks in combination with the Gallade. Next, let's see what we find. It is a ABB team, like I mentioned earlier, 2 fighters in the back, double anti-fighters in the back. However, not the best situation if there's electric. So here we're going to see another electric in the front. Our opponent here switches into the Trevenant after we revealed that we have the Charjabug. Once this X-Scissor gets through, we're going to shield here just to potentially get a shield back. Our opponent does go for the Seed Bomb bait, so this is for sure going to be a tough match to win. Now, we have no hope, but we are going to double shield, and we do end up double shielding both baits, so those are not the best shield situations, but we do get the switch advantage, so I guess there's a positive right there. Going to go for this X-Scissor here to do some chip damage towards this Lantern. Ends up being a shield. Okay, so they definitely don't want to see this Charjabug for some reason. Now we have no choice but to go in with our Gallade. Let's see if we're going to be able to get them to switch out or get them to throw on CAP. So we do get the CAP tie right here. Will this Leaf Blade take it out? No, it will not. So we're going to have to take the brute force of this Surf. Surf doesn't quite KO, and we are able to switch out immediately. And they do have the Ninetales in the bag, which is double weak to these Seal Wings that are just chunking away, able to just farm down. And now we have a move for this Lantern. So GG's to our opponent right there. Empoleon coming in clutch again in the end game after a terrible lead in a lot of these games so far. So nice plays right there by us, and we got one more. Hopefully we can end on a good note. Let's see if we can find some kind of fighter in the front so we can display our backline. Okay, we got the Mirror Empoleon. We're just going to switch out just to see what they have in the back. Our opponent here reveals that they have the Sableye. Sableye, pretty tanky, but that one X-Scissor did a good amount of damage, taking it all the way down into the yellow after one. We do take the... we throw the Discharge, excuse me. We do take the Foul Play, and we finally get it into the low red, and they do invest the shield, so that's pretty good. That's not bad considering the Sableye is pretty tanky, and the Charjabug is, after all, just a bug. So we do have the energy advantage. We're going to throw this Hydro Cannon at this Empoleon. This Empoleon here is also going to throw one of their moves. We're going to shield here because we're going to be able to get to this next Hydro Cannon before they do, but they are trying to catch a move, and unfortunately for us, they do have the Core Breaker with the Whimsicott being able to take out our Gallade and potentially our Charjabug in the back here. This Whimsicott here is going to be able to dominate this Gallade. We're just hoping that we can farm down, but they are already at another move, so that is really bad for us, as we basically have to get to 2 Hydro Cannons right here, but they are able to CAP tie us, and unfortunately that is GG's. So well played by my opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.